Breaking news, you guys. David's case is worse than we even thought. This man was a predator.
Good morning, I'm Philip Palmer, and we have breaking news. The singer David appearing in court moments ago. Prosecutors say they found a significant amount of pornography on his phone. David, whose real name is David Burke, is accused of Celeste Rivas Hernandez exactly a year ago today. He has already pleaded not guilty. His next court appearance is set for a week from tomorrow.
So court has just let out about 30 minutes ago, and singer David's case had the preliminary hearing today. And while the autopsy report that they revealed yesterday was shocking as to how he allegedly unalived her, today's news is just as horrible. This man is cooked. Something just came out of court about David that literally within the last hour, and I'm not even going to lie to y'all, this situation is getting darker by the minute because the autopsy reports were shocking. The way the prosecutors are alleging this incident happened today just added another layer that is honestly disturbing. Now again, this is all based on what is being reported from the preliminary hearing, but according to updates coming out of the courtroom, investigators allegedly found a significant, y'all, which means a lot amount of what is being described as illegal corn material on his phone. And y'all know what the corn is. It has to do with the young ones. And I need to slow down for a second because that alone, if proven, is not just a small detail. That's not something that just sits on the side of a case. That's an allegation that completely changes how people will view everything surrounding it. That's one of the reasons that they're saying he unalived her. At this stage, this is still preliminary, which means the court is not deciding his guilt yet. What they're doing is determining whether there is enough evidence for this case to move forward to a trial. Based on what's coming out so far, prosecutors are very confident in what they have. Not to mention his online recordings and writings and videos of him with this young girl. And that's where people are starting to say this man is cooked, because it's not just one piece of evidence being discussed. It's sounding like multiple layers, digital evidence, forensic reports, and whatever else that hasn't even been made public yet. And let's talk about the defense for a second, because their job, they probably weren't even expecting all of this, just got a lot harder. When you hear that there's potentially a large volume of data pulled from a device, messages, files, downloads, timestamps, that's not something you can just explain away in one argument. That's a pattern. That's something a defense team has to go through piece by piece, file by file, trying to figure out what they can challenge and what can be suppressed and what might hold up in court, you guys. Because you know, prosecuting team, they gonna throw everything on the wall and see what sticks. And if the reports are accurate, it sounds like they're dealing with a mountain of evidence, which means this case is not going to move quickly. Now, as for what's next, the court is expected to schedule the next hearing where more of this evidence could be addressed and possibly where we start to see how the defense plans to respond. Because right now, everything we're hearing is coming heavily from the prosecution side. The defense hasn't even presented, their defense yet. They're just saying that he didn't do it. Okay, so yeah, that's what they're going to have to try to prove. And that's important to remember because in these situations like this, public opinion can vary fast based on early information. But legally, this is still a process. Allegations have to be proven and evidence has to be examined, and both sides are going to present their arguments. But I'm not going to lie, from the tone that's coming out right now, hey, David is cooked. Between the autopsy revelations from yesterday and now these additional claims about what he was allegedly into that was on his phone, this case is starting to feel less like a single incident and more like something bigger that the investigators have been building. I mean, they told us that, he was under investigation anyway, and that's why he allegedly did it. So now the real question becomes, When more of this evidence is fully laid out in court, is there anything the defense can realistically push back on? We'll just have to wait and see. The case is already feeling predictable. People are already putting a bet that this man ain't never gonna see the light of day again. If for nothing else, allegedly, you looking at children. That's enough right there. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts, because it's rapidly unfolding. I think the next big updates will be next week. I think May 1st is when they're going to have the next hearing. So y'all, we just got to stay on top of this. But this is a shocker. We thought it was an isolated incident with him and Celeste. It sounds like this man may have been really online looking into, and who knows what else. It's so much drama and nastiness and darkness that's going to come out of all of this. But I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.